And most people stop at failure. It's the most powerful tool you can use. So hard in our lives to fit in. When my father came over from India over to the States, he was a professor, but his credits didn't transfer over. The education said, well, it doesn't transfer over to the States. So, all right, he had to find a job in the university. So there was a position known as a degreaser. So what a degreaser is, after every quarter or every semester of anatomy school, they have to do something with the cadavers. Okay, you can't roll them over into the next class.
Right.
You know, they're filled with formaldehyde and everything, so they weigh anywhere from 400 to 500 pounds.
Whoa.
So his job was to dismantle the cadaver, put it into the furnace, and then take the ashes out and dispose of them. So at an early age, my mom worked the night shift as a nurse, my dad worked the day shift. They couldn't afford a babysitter. So when we were off of school, guess what? Went to work with my dad. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do, but you got to always provide for your family. This is how I'm providing for my family. Lessons like that stick with you. I mean, you have to be prepared to take any and every opportunity that's presented to you. All right, nothing's just going to happen. You know, everybody say it's all on you. It is all on you. There's other people that can educate you and help you, but you take these different experiences that you learn that stick with you. I mean, you may not remember a whole lot when you were 4 years old, but there's certain memories, there's certain things. You can use them to either harness you to greatness, or you can use them to kind of just keep you where you're at. And most people are just satisfied with at. There's always a next level. Your definition of greatness and what you want to achieve could be totally different than somebody else's. You know, we always say, no one wants to be first, okay, because they're afraid of the consequences that come with doing something first. You know, we go to Michael Jordan. Everyone, when Michael Jordan took over the Charlotte team, okay, everyone says he's a failure. Well, how can you be a failure when you're the first professional athlete to own a majority of a franchise team? You can't be a failure. You're the first to do something. If you're the first to do something, you can't be listed as a failure. I wanted to be the first to do something, and that was to work with high-end professional athletes. Your preparation has to be second to none. We have tons of information available to us, okay? But the difficult part is we don't have a lot of individuals who have the ability to process information at a quick rate. The ones that can excel, and we call them cleaners in the book, they're so well prepared at their task, no matter what variable is thrown at them, what circumstance, they can adjust and they can get that end result. The champions never exhale. So a cooler is a person that you give a job to, and you're going to get the desired result. You're not going to get anything exceptional. You're not going to get anything outstanding. You're going to give them something to do. They're going to deliver a result that's expected. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Every team and every organization needs coolers on them. Then when we have closers are a level above that. Closers are people that you give a task to, you give an assignment, they're going to deliver you that end result majority of the time, as long as too many variables are not thrown at them. A cleaner is an individual, what we call a don't think person. They're so well prepared at what they do. They spend hours and hours of time, years of getting prepared, that no matter what's thrown at them, they're going to deliver that end result over and over again. Their instincts are so dead on that no matter what variable, what problem, they can adjust on the fly and have the ability to get themselves in what we call the zone. The problem is, in order to be able to put yourself in the zone, preparation is the key. We try so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, you know, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize most are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, okay? Because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're going to take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure. Okay? We've all failed at things. I'm going to continue to fail at stuff. Right? It's the most powerful tool you can use. But it all depends on how you use it. You know, we talk about it in Relentless, okay? A scalpel, okay? In the hands of an individual, it can do unbelievable damage. In the hands of a professional, of a doctor, it saves lives. So it's the same thing with failure. It's how you use it. It's that drive inside of you, okay? It's what we talk about, the dark side. The dark side is filled with failure, but it's the fuel that burns you like something that's never burned inside you before. You can't talk about what you did 5 years ago. You can't talk about the deal that you closed last week. Okay? You can't talk about your sales for last month. Okay? Those things are expected of you. Don't expect to get a pat on back for doing your job. You're supposed to do your job. Now, when you do something extraordinary, it doesn't quite feel the same. Relentless isn't about your physical traits. It's about your mental trait. No one is going to play basketball like Michael Jordan. There's individuals out in the NBA, the top guys, they're never going to play basketball like that. But his mindset can be taught to everybody. That's something we all can take away from it. So when I really made the transition from, yeah, I'm sure at some point I was a cooler, I was a closer. My transition came in when I said, I'm going to stop playing basketball. My career is over with. For most people, that's the end. For me, that was just the beginning. That's when my whole transformation started into getting into the cleaner mentality. How am I going to be an individual who's never played professional basketball or a professional sport, never going to be able to take the greatest athletes in the world and tell them, this is how you can do it better? Could you imagine that? Somebody who's never scored a single basket in the NBA is taking the world's greatest individuals and telling them, this is what you're doing wrong, this is how you can do it better. And I don't have a whole lot of time and a whole lot of words to get my message across. The truth is very concise, the words are very few. But people don't want to hear the truth, because the truth hurts, okay? But you grow from pain. You really do. You can't know how to deal with success. You can't know how to deal with failures. You can't know how to deal with the bumps in the road that if you haven't had a taste of everything. Okay? And once you remember that bitter taste in your mouth, you never want to feel that again. There's a lot of people that are just a something. There's very few people that are the something. The process of the rehabilitation started the moment he got up. So even what everybody else thought he was losing, he actually gained. The reckoning process, the healing process started immediately when he stood up. I'm going to go to the free throw line, I'm going to go make these 2 free throws. That's how a cleaner thinks. Okay? We all have that ability. We all have next level ability. Okay? There's not other people that aren't holding you back. Your boss isn't holding you back. Your parents aren't holding you back. Those are excuses. To me, there's no such thing as luck, okay? All luck is preparation meeting opportunity, plain and simple.